Hello, welcome along. This is a little video on the if you looked at the previous video where I showed you the bit above the tunnel. I'm putting a fairground on there. Now I can only get 2 rides on there, so I picked my two favourites from the fairground from years ago, and the kit I'm making at the minute is for the twist. It's a card kit I got on eBay. That's how it should look like when it's done. I've only just started actually. I'm just cutting these bits out, which are the bits that go around the kind of go around the side like that. If you look on here, if you look on the picture again, it's these bits at the bottom I'm cutting out at the minute. So I'm just finishing cutting those out, and then I've got to glue them around this bit, which is the sub base. Right, so now I've glued. That's where the pay box goes, control box. The steps go there, and there, and there. So I've glued this all the way around. Right, so I've done the base of it, this bit. What I've done actually, because it just says glue that on top of this, and it's only thin card. So what I've done is I've cut some balsa wood, if you can see that, some balsa wood. I've stuck it at the back of there to give it that extra support. It was a bit too, sloppy. And what I'm going to do is, because you can buy the lighting kits when it's built, I'm going to drill a hole through there, put a drinking straw through to then I can feed the wires through. That's it for tonight. I'm not going to do any more to that tonight, I don't think. We'll let that all set and everything else. So I'll probably do some more tomorrow. Right, so into day 2 of the build. In fact, I didn't start till late yesterday anyway. So just to recap, what have we got? Well, we've got basically got the base done. Put that bit round last night, and also again, like I've done on here, I've put some balsa wood just to strengthen it, because otherwise it's a bit flimsy. As you can see, that when you press that, look, I was going to put some balsa inside there, but I think once it's on, it's not going to be too bad once the top's on it. I'll see anyway, because I've got to drill a hole through here, because what I want to do is put plastic drinking straw through to the base, so when I put lights on it, I can put the wires through. So that's it so far. I'm now going to tackle the next bit, the next section. Right, so what I've done now is I've put the centerpiece on. What I've done is I've drilled through the bottom, and I've inserted a plastic drinking straw. You won't see that anyway when the centerpiece is on anyway, because looking at the picture, there's a piece that covers that. This is simply so I can feed the wires through, and then of course out the bottom, and as I say, it'll be all covered over. When I've got the rest of the ride done, I can then trim that to the correct height. Then the wires will come off the arms of the ride and go down through the center, which they basically do on the prototype anyway. So yeah, that's basically for the wiring for the lighting when I install the lighting later on. Not been a bad build so far. Obviously I've put the bits of balsa wood just to sort of strengthen it, just to give it a little bit more, make it a bit more sturdy and things like that. The drinking straw, now it's glued in the centre. That'll just give the centre a little bit more strength. But yeah, not looking too bad. I've got this white bit here, but what I might do is when I've finished it, you probably won't see that too much anyway, because of the where the ride will be sort of covering it and things like that. So it won't be too bad anyway. I can probably just sort of touch it in with some paint or something, because in fact on the prototype you have like there's a drive wheel goes around here, and they normally have tire marks. What I might do is just put in some black line round that bit to cover that bit, so it just looks like the marks from the tires on the drive for it. So on with the next bit. Right, so we've got the posts in, fence post all the way around. I've just finished doing very fiddly because you got to score them and then cut them out and then glue them on. So that's all. I'm going to leave that now for tonight, I think. Next job I've got to, these are all folded up ready. They've got to be cut and then they go in between sort of there when I've cut them out. So I might cut them out tonight and then I'll glue them in tomorrow. That'll give this a chance to properly dry. And then I've got to, when it's dry, I'm going to go down there with a pen, just to take the whiteness off the card and things, and just tidy it up a little bit. Well, it's Friday now. I didn't do anything on it Thursday. I was just literally too busy with other things. But anyway, so we've got, I've put that around that bit. We've now got the side fences. I've not put the steps in yet. I'm not sure what part it is, but I've got all the side fencing in as well. So that's all done. So it's just the next section, which I believe is the pay box, I think. What I've been doing, I've been crossing off each bit that I've done. So I've done step 7. I'm on step 8 now. So that's going to be the next bit that I'm going to be doing. Right, this is probably the last bit for tonight because I'm doing my radio show in about 10 minutes. So, right, what have we done? Right, so at the end of play tonight, we've got the pay box on. And I don't know if you can see that. I'll just zoom in. We've got a person in the pay box as well. What I've done also, I've put a hole in there underneath with a drinking straw in there, so I can put a light in the pay box as well. So that's it for tonight. It's getting there. It's starting to resemble something now. So I've also drilled a hole in the piece where it's going to go onto that piece over the tunnel to feed the wire through as well. And I've just been sort of colouring the edges as well. Little bits of glue there, which I'll clean off when it's dry. But yeah, not going together too bad at the moment. So yeah, that's how it looks at the minute. Got the pay box on there and that on there. When it's all glue's all dry, I'm going to go back over and just colour the edges in where you can see the white card. So that's it for tonight. Probably do some more tomorrow. So it's now Sunday, and I did a little bit on Saturday, but I'll show you that in a minute. Basically, I've now got the centre bit on. These are supposed to be card rolled up, but I found rolling it was a bit fiddly. So what I've done was, I've got some of this balsa doweling, so and it's just the right width, so I've just cut them and done them. I've coloured them as well, just so you don't notice. I'm going to give them another bit of a go over before I put all the cars on and stuff. Talking of the cars, my goodness, what a fiddly job. I've done all the cars now for them, and yeah, very fiddly job. And I did sort of 8 of them on Saturday night, and then I've done the other 4 today. It took me an hour and a half or so to do the 4 because you've got to cut them out, score them, fold them, wait for glue to dry and all that. And also where there's been white edges, I've been colouring it in with felt pen just to cover it up. So that's the progress so far today. Right, I've got the centrepiece done. I've not chopped this down yet because I've got to put the top arms on there. I've put a little piece of card in there just to centre that up, so that's done. That bit's done with all the cards on it. This is supposed to be card rolled up, but what I've done, I've used the same piece of doweling rod and just cut it. It gives it a bit more strength, to be honest. So they're all done now. They've got to be glued on in a minute, so they're all done. That's all the cards done. So I just want to let Steve needs to dry a little bit more before I do anything else with it. So that's this bit done. So next bit, I've got to do basically working on these bits on the next bit, and then they've got to be fixed on. So I shall the next clip will be probably with these actually attached to that, hopefully. Right, next bit I've done now. Cars are on there. Support bars. Just going to tidy that up a little bit. So they're all done now. Next job is doing the top piece that goes on there. And when I've done that, I'll then trim this to length then, because when I put the, obviously the wires for the lights will go down through this tube. So that's it. It's getting there. It's taking shape. Fiddly, very fiddly. When you've got sort of fat fingers like me, it's a bit tricky. Right. Well, it's pretty much complete. I've just got the steps to do. It's all put together. It's not too bad. It'll do. It'll you know. But I've sort of coloured it as best I can. I'm going to get little thin LED coloured strips for up here, but obviously I'll need something to stick them on, so they'll stick onto these bits on the top of the arms, and then the wires will be fed through down the middle of that straw there. I've trimmed it down as much as I can. I'm going to slap a bit of paint around there, just to sort of hide it. I'm going to it needs tidying up a bit anyway, so I'm going to do that, and I'll slap a little bit of paint around that bit just to cover that bit in. But yeah, not too bad actually. There's a person in the pay box. I'm going to make some little speakers, because obviously on these rides you always have speakers, so I'm going to put a couple of speakers on there as well, just to make it look, you know. So I've just got the steps to do now, and that's it, complete, I think. Don't know if there's anything else I've got to do on it. Yeah, I think it's just the steps now. But yeah, I think if I was going to make another one of these again, I think I would probably I'd buy thick card, make these pieces out of like the card that I normally use for my buildings, you know, the mounting card, because even though you laminate these into two bits, they're a bit flimsy. So I think if I was going to do something like this again, I would change that and put thicker card, or even some thin ply or something like that, and make the arms out of that. But it's all right, you know, where it's gonna, the corner it's gonna fill up, it'll look okay. I'm going to get some little people to sort of sit in there and things like that. It's just literally just to fill up a little piece, really. So I've got one more ride I'm going to build, which I think I'll have a couple of days break with that, because this has taken me quite a long time to do actually, to be honest. But yeah, that's it so far. I'll show you it in place when I've got the steps done, then that'll be the end of this particular video. Well, this is it finished. Done the steps. I'll just take the camera around there. Steps are there. They didn't give enough steps actually. There's a gap for 3 lots of steps, but only enough steps to do these 2. So I've just put another sign above there. What else have I done? Got the person in the pay box there, of course, and I've also made some little speakers as well. They're just basically pieces of balsa wood, just coloured. I want to get some people to put in the cars and things. So yeah, that's where it's going to go anyway. I've got another kit to go there, but I may have to adapt it. I may have to sort of make it slightly smaller, shrink it a little bit to fit the gap. I don't know yet, but just fills this little gap up really. Still got all the scenics to do. I've not bothered to fix it down yet, because obviously I've got the scenics to do, and I want to get the lighting as well. But things, the lighting kit that I've seen, the LED lighting you can get to stick on here, smallest size is 2.5 centimeters, which is too small, and the next size up is 5, which is too big. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. Panic, I think. But yeah, so I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do there, unless I get one slightly bigger, and if you can fold them. If you can fold them, I could then stick it either side, and then just feed the wire down. I'll have to have a look, see what I can find. But I'm definitely going to put some lights in there. I've got a hole in there to put the bulb in to light the pay box up. But I'm going to have some lights on there. See, I want to put the gaps, so I can put, I don't know, some little sideshows in and things like that. You know, just to fill the gaps up a little bit. You know, I don't know, put like a burger van or something here, or something like that. Anyway, we'll see. Anyway, but that's where it's going to go. And if I bring it down level with that. It just kind of makes the scene, because you've got like a little bit in the background and things. Anyway, so that's this kit done. The next video will be the other kit, which I'm going to have a look at it, see if I need to cut it down a bit, and I'll probably do a step-by-step on that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little how to put this kit together. It's one I got off eBay anyway. If you just put 00 gauge fairground ride kits or 00 gauge fairground kits on eBay, you'll find them on there anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Happy modelling. Bye for now.